I wonder if he knows that if he can stop that and force from that, because if they were to neutralize the run, then they got a good chance of doing this. I just don't see them neutralizing the run. I just think they're going to get shredded.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's why I say some teams kept going away from, like, as far as Cincinnati with Hill.
Yeah, they go.
Denver
they just walk away with
Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got Belichick, who knows this, and he's got like Kevin said earlier, a crop of running backs that he can use.
He got a stable.
Right. So he's exactly.
He just unleashed.
Right. So
he unleashed a guy last week. No one even know he was there, and then he runs. I'm like, what? Who?
But Pagano's a good ball coach. I want to see what kind of adjustment he made against here, because they did blow him out on their home field, and this show a lot, because the teams that beat them,
and it's at night.
Right. The teams that beat them, he did a pretty good job of scheming for them and beating Denver. Denver's the only team that they beat. I don't think they played Cincinnati in the regular season. So now it'll be interesting. But I just think the S factor is Pagano's coaching, how he did a magnificent job coaching the under routes. I want to see what he does against Bill Belichick, mastermind.
I just like how the Colts said that Seattle gave them the blueprint on how to beat Denver. I'm like, dude, y'all are nowhere near the defense that Seattle is.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all just happened to run into them at the right time.
Yeah. All right, same question for the Pats. What one weakness of the Colts?
The front seven of their defense. Attack. Just go. Just line up, pound the ball right into their face. Let Gronk come in there and block, and then just run right over them.
So this is going to be a game where we kind of watch, and they do that, pound the ball. That it could be like a low-scoring game, but it can be like one of those games that deceptively, you can see that the Pats should be up more, but they just did it with controlling the clock and everything like that.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, I look at it as it's going to be one of those games, or they can sit there and pound it, and then all of a sudden Tom will go over the top. Mm-hmm. So you never know. You never know how Belichick is thinking.
Nah, you're exactly right there. So, all right, well, this one's very short because as you kind of hear me and Kevin talk about this game, you know who we're leaning towards, but we'll go ahead and make the prediction. So, give me a score.
I'm sticking with my preseason pick. I'm going with New England. I think they'll win. It'll be 27-17.
27-17?
Yeah, I'll go with New England.
Okay. I got New England winning too. I like Luck, but he's still not there yet. They need to get a couple more pieces. They're playing in Foxborough, which is a hard place to play. Lord knows what the world's going to be like. I haven't even checked Boston weather, but I have an odd feeling that it might snow like it usually do up there. So it becomes a whole slush fest up there, but the Pats will go ahead and dominate.
Probably going to be too cold to snow.
Exactly. I expect Andrew Luck to put up some passes to get intercepted, because as we talked a few podcasts ago, that they're still the only team remaining that throws the ball 60% and running like at least 40%.
Yep. And
so this time of year, when you focus on the more to run and control the time of possession, throwing the ball get you out 3 and outs. It can get you out quicker. There's still a lot of time on the clock for New England to eat up.
Plus, New England's got those 2 really, really good corners.
Yeah, exactly.
That are going to have to try to throw the ball at.
Right. So they're real physical too, man. So my score for this game, it'll be, I'm gonna say 30-17 New England.
Hey.
And all the Boston people who I know come and love, they will say,
"Yeah, going to the Super Bowl."
Where's your Broncos contest?
We going to the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl. And you're going to get whooped.
Nice. All right, well, let's take a brief break, and we'll come back and discuss the Packers and the Seahawks, the Balls Report Podcast. Welcome back to the Balls Not Court podcast. Cortez and Kevin here as usual. Now we're going to go ahead and cover the NFC Championship Game.
The Championship Game.
This is featuring the Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks.
The Packers.
Give you some look nuggets out there. It was one touchdown pass thrown by Rodgers in his last two games against Seattle. Held them to 28 points combined in those two games. Russell Wilson quarterback rating in 6 playoff games is 109.6. I'll tell you how clutch that guy is in the playoffs and when it matters. Second on that list is Aaron Rodgers with 105.3. These two play at the beginning of the season. Was a feature game, and it didn't live up to the hype.
And I don't know what they were featuring.
Yeah, this
featured an ass whooping.
Yeah, this was pretty much a butt whooping. It was Patriots 16, Seahawks 36. Aaron Rodgers had 23 for 33 for 109 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Mr. Russell Wilson had 19 for 28 for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jordy Nelson had 9 receptions for 83 yards. And Mr. Marshawn Lynch, the guy who does the beautiful pressers.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Exactly, he appreciated it. 20 rushes for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
So
yes.
He's thankful for that.
I'm thankful.
He's thankful, and he appreciates that.
I'm thankful.
All right, well, to give you a little bit more about this information, Packers were 1-2 before Aaron Rodgers told the Packer Nation, or Aaron, told them to RELES. He had to spell it for the Packers fan because apparently they can't spell it, huh?
I don't.
He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to make a jab at the Packers fan, but I guess
Packers fans aren't bad.
I know they're
Packers fans aren't bad. They don't have anything.
Okay, nah.
They're in Wisconsin. You can't rag on people that are from up there. It's cold. There's nothing. It's cold.
It's just like cold.
There's nothing.
He just emphasized there's cold and nothing. So I'll just make it with your Packer fan. I just want to give y'all a shot there. Seahawks also was in some struggles too. They fell 3-3 2 days after trading Percy Harvin, and they went 6-4 before going that run for the first seed in the NFC.
They won. How many in a row did they win? 10. No. Because they lost in there somewhere, but they went on a run. They went on a huge run. What did they finish? 12-4 or 8-5 or 11-5? He was 12.
No, because it had to be 12.
Yeah, it's 12-4. 12-4
is what they finished. So, all right, well,
that's crazy.
Now this matchup. What's your thoughts about this matchup at the first glance? Just give me something that you're thinking about.
How the Packers stopped the almighty running game of the Seattle Seahawks. Mm-hmm. That's what catches my eye. How are they going to stop that? I call it a two-headed monster because you have Russell and Lynch.
Yeah.
And then when Turbin gets in there, he picks up right where they leave off sometimes. So that's the one thing I'm definitely that pokes out to me, and how Aaron Rodgers' gimpy leg holds up.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks had a little hangover a little bit in the beginning of the season, and typically teams that win a Super Bowl, they usually have that little hangover.
Well, when a guy in the damn locker room is beating the crap out of him, getting in fist fights with his teammates and everything like that, that kind of crap has an effect on you.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that cancer, and then you see the effects.
Right.
Plus, early in the year, they had a lot of injuries to key guys on defense. And then once all those guys came back, you saw it coming back to fruition the way it should have looked.
Right. So, they had a little hiccups too. So but teams that usually win the Super Bowl, you don't have too many repeats after this. So everybody was wondering, in the beginning of the season, like, Seahawks, some different focus, or they're not, or their minds elsewhere, or they're really not focused on football. This matchup here is both of these teams. They just went on a hot run here at the end of the season, and like I said, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers went 8-0 at home, which is very impressive. At Lambeau, you had pretty much have to try to steal a win up there, and you couldn't. It was just hard to win up there against that team.
Seattle lost 1.
Yeah, and so this matchup is going to be, and I wish Aaron Rodgers was a little healthy with the calf. It'd be a fun game to watch. But right now with that, I mean, what's your concerns about his calf?
Is he going to be able to get away?
Yeah,
it's a lot different than getting away from who you got away from last week to getting away from who you're going to get away from this week.
Right.
Big difference. Big difference in just speed. Big difference in quickness. Big difference in everything.
What do you think about him going away from Richard Sherman in Week 1? He didn't go his way.
I don't think it was designed not to go his way. I just think that the receiver that Richard Sherman was guarding sucked. So you're not going to throw the guy that sucks the ball. But now with Keenan Allen coming through, or whoever, Allen, the guy's last name, the new wide receiver, he's come through. So he's going to be over there on Richard Sherman's side most of the game. So they'll throw at him this game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm with his leg and everything like that. I'm concerned, man, because they bring relentless.
Yeah,
pressure.
Devontae Adams. That's who I. Yeah,
right.
He's came around, so he's going to be matched up predominantly on Richard Sherman's side. So they'll throw the ball over there now because the dude doesn't suck. It's going to be over there.
So that's why I say this. What he did against Dallas was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. Just one leg, just thought of that to do that, with just one calf. It was pretty amazing. I mean, I know the Cowboys didn't really get much pressure on him and everything like that, but this gives me a concern because Aaron Rodgers even throws like better on the run and on the outskirts. He throws in the pocket, but he
throws good anywhere.
Yeah, so he's just dangerous outside the pockets too.
Yeah.
So now that you just limit to that area.
Yeah, he's playing a completely different animal.
Right.
This time around than he did against Dallas.
So
I don't think it's going to be a butt whooping at all per se because I still think they're going to have success. But I don't think they'll be able to get over that hump.
Right. I'm looking at this too. I'm like,
They're going to have to give Seattle a heavy dose of Eddie Lacy.
No, I don't know
what they're going to have to do.
I mean, I like to think the weather would be a little bit better in Seattle than it would be in Green Bay.
Rainy.
Just rainy. Yeah, it can't be like that. But I don't know. Hopefully the cold won't bother his leg too much.
There'll still be shitty weather everywhere.
Yeah.
It'll probably be the same degrees.
Nice.
Because it was a warm day in Wisconsin last week.
Yeah.
It was 29.
Wow.
Like I said.
All right, let's go ahead.
Nothing up there and it's cold.
None up there, right?
And it's cold.
Let's transition into the...
That's the reason why there's nothing up there. It's cold.
Right. Let's transition to the two running backs. You got Eddie Lacy and Marshawn Lynch. For the regular season, Eddie Lacy had 246 rushes, 1,000